What's up, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of our John Boat build series. In the last episode we built the trailer, which hopefully you should have seen. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the top, what would it be, like corner, whatever it is. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you have seen it, welcome back. This is going to be part 2. The main goal for this part is to get this boat entirely painted. So right now I got it up on stands to sand the sides and bottom, and then we'll wipe it down with acetone and get it painted. I started filming this video last night actually. I filmed an intro already for this, but decided I didn't like it and wanted to redo it. But I do have footage that I'll put in right after this clip of sanding the inside of the boat. So the inside has already been sanded and prepped. It needs to be painted, but I figured I would get the outside sanded and painted first. That way that's done and it can go back on the trailer to continue working on it the rest of the way. So I'll put that clip in here now. Okay guys, so I'm just doing a little voice recording over this. That way y'all don't have to hear the sander and sanding and everything, because it can be pretty loud and annoying through the iPhone camera. I just want to say here, please like and subscribe if y'all enjoy this, and share it. I say that later in the video, but I really would appreciate it. It helps a lot. And yeah, so here we're just getting everything sanded down on the inside. We don't actually paint the inside in this video. That'll be for the next video, but I figured I would show it since I recorded it. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and this next clip will go back to regular audio. Okay, so you should have watched those clips now. You saw the inside being sanded, nothing too crazy. Now let's get to work on this outside. We're gonna be using this orbital sander with 220 grit sandpaper for all the big areas, and then for like the ridges and any small areas like this, I'll be using just a regular piece of sandpaper, but also 220 grit. I'm not sanding this down to bare metal. I'm just getting it smooth, getting any loose paint off. I'm gonna use a wire wheel to knock the old numbers off, and we'll get this thing sanded down and painted. So let's jump into this. All right guys, so you saw in that last clip, I hit the numbers off with the wire wheel. I didn't film it, but the numbers on this side, I did the same. I just dusted all the dirt and everything that was on it from being on the ground off. So now we're just gonna get to sanding. So I'm just coming in here in these smaller spots where the big sander can't fit in, just using going by hand, hitting these ridges and hitting this piece. And then we'll get all these sanded down, and that'll be the whole bottom sanded. And then we'll work on the sides. All right guys, so everything's sanded down, everything's wiped down, dusted off, got as much of it as I could. So now we're just gonna come back over this whole thing with acetone and a microfiber, wipe it down, get it as clean as I possibly can, and then we'll start laying some paint down. I do have some primer that I'm probably gonna do on the bottom, just because the bottom has no paint, or barely any paint left on it. The sides, it should be good to just roll with just the paint as is. So we'll see. If I have any primer left on the sides, I'll use it, but if not, oh well, whatever. But so let's get this thing wiped down. I'll probably do a couple passes with this, just because this boat is pretty dirty. You can see how much dust and everything is coming up off of this. So probably take a couple rags to get fully done. But seems to be working good. I'll get this top done, and then I'll probably do it again. And then we'll do the sides and everything. And I'll just film that one side because I don't feel like moving the camera around. It's in a pretty good spot right now, I think, for what we're doing. So we'll just get the rest of the bottom done. It's really important to make sure that, you know, the whole surface is good and clean with no contaminants on it, because, you know, this boat, you know, it's going to be in the water, so that paint is already going to be having a lot of, I guess you could say that paint's going to be fighting an uphill battle to stay on for longer, because all it is, I mean, it is just rattle can spray paint. So the better bond you can give it, the cleaner the surface is when you apply it. It can make a huge difference. It makes a huge difference in you know, the application of the paint and making sure it sticks well. All right, so I'm gonna go grab a couple more microfibers, and then you've seen me wipe down this side. If I need to wipe it down more, I will, but there's no point in filming it. You see what it looks like. I'm gonna finish wiping this whole thing down, get it nice and clean, and then we'll wait for it to dry some, which won't take long. That acetone evaporates pretty quickly. And then once it's dry, we'll start laying down some primer. So the next clip should be laying down primer. The plan for painting is I'm kind of gonna do like a two-tone kind of thing, where this bottom portion, probably along this rib, I'm just gonna follow this rib and tape it off up to here, is gonna be like a brown kind of color, and then everything underneath and up will be like a green, but they're pretty close. It's like a very dark green and a brown, but I just thought it'd be cool. I was thinking about doing like camo and everything on this, but I don't think I want to go through all that. It's not a hunting boat. It's going to be mostly fishing. You know, for duck hunting and stuff, we have a boat that we use. I don't need this. Plus, it's going to have the outboard on it, not a mud motor. Where we hunt, we need a mud motor. So I thought about doing camo to look cool, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to stick to nice, kind of more neutral colors. Still going to be like, kind of have that look with the brown and green, but that is that's the plan with this. All right, guys, so everything's finally wiped down. I did multiple passes with the acetone to make sure everything was good and clean. It's all dried off now at this point. So we're gonna lay some primer down on the bottom. Any primer that's left will go on the side, and then after that, let the primer dry, and then get to actually painting this thing. And I'm not really worried about overspray right here because this is gonna get painted anyway. So if the overspray gets on it, I'm not worried about it. Where I really care will be masking it off later for the actual color. So for now, this overspray, it doesn't really matter. I'm not worried about it. Okay, so that's one can down. If you look here, you got basically over half of the bottom done. It's not perfect, but we got another can. That should be able to finish off this bottom, and then we'll probably move to the sides actually. This might have enough, so let's see. All right, guys, so it's been about 2 weeks since the last clip. We're still painting the boat. Obviously, there's been a big lull in between the last time we painted it. That's just because, you know, life's busy. I got school stuff I'm doing, flying, all that. So I can only get stuff done when I can get it done. But hopefully in this video, we should finish painting the outside of the boat. And that'll be it for this video of the outside. And then we'll work on the interior paint and running all the electronics, the floor, all that stuff in the next video. But for now, let's get this boat finished, painted. So let's get into it. All right, so that is coat number 1. I already did the other sides. I just didn't want to move the camera around for every side, and it's kind of redundant. You get the point. It's the same color all the way around. So yeah, that's coat 1. And then we'll do coat 2, probably coat 3, and see how it looks. You just saw me a second ago do a little bit of coat number 2 right there. I didn't film the whole thing because it's going to be redundant to keep showing it, but coat number 2 is done. I've let it dry. I just came back and actually sanded it down again a little bit. If you can see, you can still kind of see where there was some speckling. The paint was just coming out funny and speckled some. So I just kind of sanded it down again. Got it clean. I'm now going to wipe it down with the acetone again, get it clean, get all the sand and dust off, and come back in and do a third coat. Depending on how this third coat comes out, I will either just leave it at 3 coats, or if not, I should have enough paint for a 4th. So we'll see how the third coat looks, but I'm gonna wipe it down with the acetone now, and then we will do coat number 3. All right guys, so that is the third coat done. It's looking pretty good. There's a few spots with some speckling on it. I'm gonna give you all a full walk around here. There's a few spots with speckling, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let the boat dry overnight, and then I will come back tomorrow morning and just sand down those spots with the speckling just a little bit. Hit them with a quick little spray. I'm not gonna respray the whole boat. I'm just gonna do the spots with those speckles, get it sanded down, hit them again, and then I think the outside will be done. We'll pull the tape and everything off so y'all can see the finished product on the outside. And that'll be it in terms of the outside paint. All right guys, so here's the finished product of the exterior paint. Don't mind those little spots right there. Of course, I was painting under a tree, and a bird pooped on it when it was upside down on the stands. So don't mind that, it'll wash off. But here's the exterior. It's kind of hard to see. The sun isn't giving me a great shadows here. Let's see if this side is a little better. It's still not great, but you can see the two-tone. I did like the green with the brown. I think it came out pretty good for a rattle can and everything. I'm not going for perfection here. I just want it to look semi-decent. And I think we got that. So this is the finished product for that exterior paint. Of course, we still need to do the inside, but that'll be in the next video. But yeah, so that is the finished product right there. I think it turned out pretty good. And yeah, so just, stay tuned, be on the lookout for the next video. Hopefully I'll get to it sooner than I got to this video. And then in that video, we'll be getting this thing hopefully semi-finished up. There will be things that I want to do kind of as I go later on, but the boat will be pretty close to being set up where we can actually go out and use it how I want to. So yeah, so please like and subscribe, share the video if you think others would enjoy it. And yeah, just thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.